What's up, guys? Welcome to your third Android tutorial in the Finishing Touches series, where we're basically going to add an ad to our activity or to our application. Now we need to add something else within the Android manifest, so once you guys go open that up, and then within our application bracket we need to set up a new activity that's going to reference that add mob jar that we threw in here. So we're just going to say activity and then give us some space to work with. Again, we're within our opening bracket of our activity. Now what we need to define is the Android name, which is going to again reference our jar, and we're going to say Android name like that, and then within quotations com.google.ads.add_activity. Both the A's are capitalized, and you guys have to spell it just like this. You can't name this whatever you want. This is referencing our jar folder that we threw in there. Then we're also going to say Android config changes, and we're going to set this equal to keyboard, and then throw in one of these lines. I'm not for sure exactly what those are called, but that's like the shift and then the button right above your return key or your enter key. It's just one of those straight lines. I'm not quite sure what that thing's called. My apologies. But then we're also going to say Android keyboard hidden, and then another one of those little symbols, and orientation. Then end your quotations, and you're basically done setting up that activity. Now we can actually use the ads within our XML or layout. So that's what we're going to do. You can set up the ads two different ways, either in Java or in your layout for the most part. So we're going to do it within our main layout, which is basically our our layout with all the buttons and scroll view, and we're basically going to set it up right after our scroll view for the most part. But to use the ads, we again have to kind of reference something within our XML file here. So I'm basically going to set up that reference within our main linear layout so we can use ads within that whole linear layout. So that's what I'm going to do is basically go to your main, if you have relative layout, whatever, just go into your main setup here, and then we're going to say XML ns Android, or I'm sorry, not Android, ads, because that's going to refer to something that we're using again from the jar as well. So what we're going to do is set up kind of this reference bridge for the most part, and so we're going to say equals, and then we're going to say, you guys have to type this verbatim as well, so http://schemas.android.com/apk/com.google.ads, and then end quotation. Now it's kind of tedious, but yeah, you do have to put this reference, so that's pretty important. And now we can set up our ad. So what we're going to do is we're going to go below our scroll view, wherever you guys want to put your ad. And to set this ad up, we're going to do kind of just like when we add a button or scroll view or another linear layout or whatever, but it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to say com.google.ads.addView. And again, you guys have to type that verbatim. This is referring to the jar folder that we threw in here. Now we're going to set this up, and we're just going to say Android ID equals quotations @ plus ID, just like any other time we set up an ID reference. And why it's important to have an ID, you guys really don't need to, but if we want to like refresh our ad, we can do that within Java as well. So that's why it's kind of nice to have an ID. But again, I doubt you guys need to. But we're just going to say Android layout width equal to wrap content, because it's going to give us an ad. We're just going to wrap the content of it. Android layout height is also going to wrap the content. And then we can use this ads. Basically, that's what we set up in that reference of our main linear layout up above. So now we can use this ads type thing, and we're going to say ads and then add unit ID, and I'll show you guys where to get that ID in the next tutorial, because I want to talk about some stuff and I don't want to make this video like 20 minutes long or whatever. And then the last thing we're going to do is say load add on create. So basically, if we reference this linear layout, or this layout, XML layout, in Java, like our set content view within our Java class, and we reference this XML, it's going to kind of load our ad when it calls the onCreate method for that activity. So there we go. Basically done for the most part, guys. You guys want to watch the next tutorial because I'm going to talk about some pretty important stuff that's going on for the most part. So I'll see you guys then. Have a good one.